the Alex Trebek stage at Sony Picture Studios, this is Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants.
A lieutenant from Louisiana, Cedric Weatherspoon. A game show buff from Kansas City, Stephanie May. And our returning champion, a trivia buff from Canada, Johnny Jr., whose 3-day cash winnings total $297,200.
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy!
And that would be me. Well, I'd say we had a fairly nice return last week after the technical difficulties that ensued prior to that, but thankfully they're fixed now, and of course, Johnny, of course, good use of our return last week by winning 100K, and he's in a good spot here, a really good spot now, actually, because he's 2 wins away from becoming a retired champion. But Seffi and Cedric, you two got to try and stop him. Hopefully you're up to the task.
Let's find out.
Yes, let's find out.
Yeah, let's...
All right, anyways, pick up your singly buttons, and let's go to work. One daily double, of course, appears in this first round, and the categories are My Cup Runneth Over, Oscar Hosts, Metaphors Be With You, Howdy Neighbor, Just Moved In, We're the Carp Family, and thankfully no fish impression attempts from me, because we all know how any impression attempt from me tends to go around here.
Right.
Johnny, you're leading off, so go ahead.
Okay, let's do My Cup 4000.
Tea served in this brand of China cup, named for 1760s maker Josiah, would be lovely. Johnny.
What's Wedgwood?
Wedgwood, yes.
Oscar hosts 4000.
1934. This homespun comedian, sadly back in the news in 2025, when the Palisades fire destroyed his ranch house. Johnny.
Who's Rogers?
Will Rogers, yes.
Metaphors 1000.
A frustrating or difficult task is said to be this: gathering together Bombays or Bengals. You would be herding cats. Johnny, go again.
Let's do Neighbor for 1000.
The southwestern neighbor of Mexico state of Puebla is this one, with a name meaning warrior. Seffi.
What's Conquistador?
No.
Not touching that one.
Also, the last name of one of the Blue Jays' first baseman, Guerrero. Johnny,
Okay.
it's still your board.
Makes sense. Let's do Moved In for 1000.
For internet access, you can set up this device combining a modem and a router. Once the name of a computer retailer from Cow Country. Cedric.
What is Black-Buy?
No. Johnny.
What's Gateway?
Gateway is what we were looking for there.
Let's do Carp for 1000.
The asp is one of the few in our family that eats others in it. So not carnivorous, but this word with a changed first syllable. Seffi.
What's omnivorous?
No, sorry. And that word we needed was piscivorous. Try saying that a few times fast. Johnny, go again.
Right.
Okay, let's do Carp for 800.
Carp species include this type, named for the quality of its scaleless skin. Heather this was Britain's most famous fish. guess no one's heard of Heather the Leather. Johnny, go again.
Okay, let's do just moved in for 800.
Our home will be comfortable all the time as its temperature is regulated by HVAC, which stands for these three things. Johnny.
What's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning?
Those are the three. Very good.
I'm mad I didn't get that.
Okay, let's do neighbor for 800.
All right. Well, you've got $3,800 to risk here on this clue, Johnny.
Let's wager it all.
All right. True daily double, and here is your clue in Howdy Neighbor. China borders the province of Sukh-Batar in this neighboring country.
What's Mongolia?
Mongolia is right. Go again.
Okay, let's do metaphors for 8.
To pay too much attention to trivial details could be described as taking this action, dividing follicular growths lengthwise. Johnny?
What's splitting hairs?
You got it.
Oscar host for 8.
1978, this comic and road-traveling movie star for his 19th and final time. Seffi.
Who's Bob Hope?
He's the one we need. Very good.
Oh, good. Cup for 8.
Our coupe de mirage is one form of this two-handled cup, often made of silver, which we simply adore. Seffi.
Which is a loving cup?
A loving cup. Very good.
Cup 6.
This brand offers its classic 18-ounce red plastic party cup, as well as a not as classic clear, but at least eco-forward one. Seffi.
What is Solo?
You're on the plus side.
Hurts
All right.
you, fast fingers.
I know. Host for 600.
Starting in 1990, this man, called the best ever at it by 2025 host Conan O'Brien. Johnny.
Who's Crystal?
Billy Crystal.
Metaphors 6.
You're too late for the opportunity. You've done this. Failed to catch the Boston Whaler 405 Conquest. Seffi.
What is Miss the Bus?
No. It's Johnny.
What's miss the boat?
Well, you definitely didn't miss the boat on that correct response, Johnny. You've got 9,600. Seffi, you were very close on that one, but you're at minus 400, and Shedrick at minus 1,000 at the halfway point of the Jeopardy round. Shedrick Weatherspoon comes to us from Louisiana, and and he's got a fair bit of history in the serving the U.S. military, don't you?
Yes.
All right. So how has that gone?
Good so far. Nothing too big's popping off, as I'm knocking on wood. Basically, we're just serving country and then helping people stateside from current natural disasters coming up soon. Hopefully not, but yeah.
Ah, very nice. All right. Well, best of luck to you as you continue to serve your country well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Seffi McVeigh from Kansas City. I think one of your grandkids or your nephew or something that just had a birthday recently?
I had a nephew that had a birthday recently, like this past week here, actually. I think it was my nephew James. He's currently now 27 years old, though.
All right, very nice. And so, yeah, that's definitely younger than me.
Ah, true.
But
I know he's definitely younger than I am. So.
Yeah, but how has life been for you since the last time you were here on the show?
Well, not too bad so far. Basically, I'm just trying to do my normal work. Of course, a few days ago, I kind of got heat stroke when I was doing some outdoor work that I wasn't expected to do, though, but there happened, so there you go.
Yeah.
Well, heat exhaustion, not heat stroke, thank God.
Yeah, heat stroke's not fun. Anyways.
Just exhaustion.
I can imagine. Johnny Kruger is our champion. Do you have any summer plans as of right now?
Yeah, yeah. In about 3 weeks' time, taking the family to Prince Edward Island. We've got a little place that we go to right on the beach. It's about 9 kilometers of sand and hardly any tourists. So it's a
Very nice.
beautiful time. Yes, yeah, very
Well, that'll
relaxing.
definitely be very nice. What's also very nice for you right now is you not only have the lead of this game, but you also have command of the board as we continue on.
Okay, I guess we'll do neighbor for 600.
Peaks poke above 14,000 feet in Arafau and Roosevelt National Forest, a neighbor of the national park named for these mountains. Those would be the Rocky Mountains, which you'd find at the other end of Canada. All right, Johnny, go ahead.
Yeah, let's do just moved in for 6.
You wouldn't be the first to move all your stuff, and only then find the time to fill up a box for this organization founded in 1902. Sephi.
What's the Salvation Army?
No, sorry. Johnny.
What's Goodwill?
Goodwill is what we needed.
Carp for 6.
One of our most precious members is this popular pet, like Geppetto's Cleo in Pinocchio. Sephi.
What's a goldfish?
Yes, a goldfish. Very good.
Good. I needed that. Cups 400.
A CNN.com article on this object included pictures of Jesus, Indiana Jones, and the Knights of the Round Table. Shedrick.
What is the Holy Grail?
Yes.
Frank the Lord, 200 cup, runneth over.
Names on this piece of hardware that dates to 1892 include Brian Leach, Sidney Crosby, and Alex Ovechkin. Johnny.
What's the Stanley Cup?
I swear if the Leafs ever one of those in my lifetime will be the day that the city pretty much go burn.
That will be never. That will be never.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh,
Hi.
Don't say the name, please.
Johnny,
You know what? You're still in the hole, so I don't want to
well,
talk
there's
about
still
that.
plenty of time though. Johnny, go again.
Let's do Oscar for 400.
2013. The voice behind Stewie Griffin. Sephi.
Who is Seth MacFarlane?
He's the one.
Another Oscar host, 200.
2016. This stand-up comedian who had a much worse moment on stage a few years later. Johnny.
Who's Chris Rock?
He's the one.
Oh, nuts.
Metaphors for 4.
I'm just teasing you a little. This move of tugging an extremity. Johnny.
What's pulling your leg?
Correct.
Neighbor 4.
This historic county of England with a famous cat to its name has Wales as a western neighbor. Johnny?
What's Cheshire?
Yes, from Alice in Wonderland.
Moved in 400.
Make your new home homey with these. DiptyQ's classic ones include sandalwood, orange tree, and wood fire. Johnny.
What are scented candles?
Yes.
Carp 400.
This three-letter substance, the eggs of female barbels, is poison to humans, as noted as far back as Nostradamus. Johnny.
What's roe?
Correct.
Carp 200.
Chug will eat almost anything, and one popular bait is a paste made with this, such as Stilton. Johnny.
What's cheese?
Very delicious cheese, yes.
Moved in 200.
Hope you updated your subscription and don't miss a great history article in this magazine whose profits support a DC institution. Johnny.
What's Smithsonian Magazine?
Yes. You kind of stumbled over your words a little bit there, but you got it.
Thank you. Howdy Neighbor for 2.
Between Calabria, Italy's toe, and Puglia, the heel sits Basilicata, this part that we hope never becomes fallen. Sephi.
What's an arch?
The arch, yes. And now the last clue in metaphors. If someone has nothing to hide, they're one of these unfastened tomes. Johnny.
What's an open book?
Yes, an open book is right. And you finish up at 12,800. Sephi on the plus side at 200, and Shedrick at minus 600 will pick first in double Jeopardy.
I'm loving this right now.
Well, I don't think Shedrick is, and he's the one that picks first. 2 daily doubles.
That's why I'm loving this.
Anyway, Shedrick, there's 2 daily doubles on here that can help you catch up, and here are the categories that can also help you catch up. Cold War times. It's a fact. Rhyming song titles. Novels and novelists. Starts and ends with D. And finally, we're going to have some fun with flags.
Go rhyming song titles 2000.
In this classic for London Calling, the Clash sing about someone who most definitely did not stand by me. What is Train in Vain? Shedrick, go again.
1600 song titles.
Cypress Hill went a bit loco, lamenting in this song, cops come and try to snatch my crops. These pigs want to blow my house down. Johnny.
What's Insane in the Brain?
Yes.
Go with Flags 12.
The black, yellow, and red flag of this country carries the color of the Duchy of Brabant. Johnny?
What's Belgium?
That's the one.
Flag 16.
Okay, Johnny, $15,600 in front of you.
Let's do 12,500.
12,500. All right, here's your clue in flags. Covering a lot of ground, Mozambique's flag features an open book, a hoe, and this weapon invented in the 1940s.
What's an AK-47?
That is the weapon.
Okay. Let's do novels 12.
He never minded using a name to tell you about a character, like teacher Mr. Chokumchild in Hard Times. Johnny.
Who's Dickens?
Charles Dickens.
Novelist 16.
The Times of this city said, "The Day of the Locust is the best achieved piece of fiction the city has inspired." Johnny?
What's LA?
The Los Angeles Times, yes.
Do Cold War for 12.
All right, the second of the two in this round, Johnny. How much do you want to wager this time?
Do 20,000.
20,000. All right. Here is your clue. Countering aesthetic communism, in 1954, this two-word phrase was added to the Pledge of Allegiance.
What's Under God?
Yes. $50,900. Go again.
Cold War 2000.
U.S. diplomat George Kennan was the father of this policy of limiting and blocking Soviet expansion. Johnny.
What's Containment?
Containment is right.
Same category, 16.
NAM stood for this international movement made up of countries not part of the two major power blocs. Johnny.
What's the non-aligned movement?
Correct.
Cold War 8.
What is today called St. Petersburg was renamed this in 1924 and would bear that name until 1991 and the Cold War's end. Seppi.
What is Leningrad?
Leningrad is right.
Okay, let's finish Cold War 4.
13 was a heavy number of this 1962 event. It lasted 13 days, and a missile could have reached DC in 13 minutes. Johnny.
What's the Cuban Missile Crisis?
Yes.
Let's do novels for 2000.
This novelist wrote several books about Nathan Zuckerman, who, like himself, wrote a satirical novel that angered some fellow Jews. Johnny.
Who's Roth?
Yes, Philip Roth.
Novelist 800.
Many thrillers have this playing both sides type of spy. An early depiction is Razumov with Joseph Conrad's Under Western Eyes. Johnny.
What's a double agent?
Yes.
400 novelist.
A real manor called Ivanhoe gave this author the name of a title hero. Johnny.
Who's Scott?
Walter Scott.
Let's do flags for 2000.
The ship depicted on the flag of this British overseas territory commemorates a 1609 shipwreck on its soles. And that would be Bermuda. All right, Johnny, still your board.
Okay, let's do flags for 8.
You can see this temple complex in Cambodia, as well as on Cambodia's flag. Johnny.
What's Angkor Wat?
Yeah.
400 flags.
Its flag, the Teguki, was outlawed under Japanese rule and restored under General MacArthur. Johnny.
What's the Philippines?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Is it Korea?
South Korea.
Okay. Let's do starts and ends with D for 400.
Bunk Johnson was a popular figure in the 1940s revival of this style of jazz associated with New Orleans. It's Johnny.
What's Dixieland?
Dixieland, yes.
Oh, I'm getting shot.
And
I'm getting shot.
somewhere on that podium, Shedrick, I think you're kicking yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Go again.
Okay, so same category for 800.
A common sailor whose duties are performed topside. Johnny.
What's a deckhand?
Yes.
Same category, 12.
Upper body muscle that raises the arm laterally. Sephi.
What's a deltoid?
Yes.
Ah, good, I got one. Starts and ends with D, 16.
From the Latin combu, actually no, around 1850, someone made up this 15-letter word meaning confused and upset. Shedrick.
What is dazed?
No. Sephi.
What is disorientated?
No.
Ooh.
Johnny.
What's discombobulated?
That's what we needed there.
I'm mad at myself at that. Just frustrated, can't get in.
Yeah.
You did the extra 10 seconds to count all those letters. Let's finish off the category.
This tax was levied in England in the 10th and 11th centuries as protection against invasion by Vikings. Johnny.
What's the Danegeld?
The Danegeld, yes.
Song titles 4.
A Little Richard song is called Good Golly Miss Her. Johnny.
What's Molly?
Good Golly Miss Molly.
Same category, 8.
Paul McCartney said this Beatles tune was named for a children's playground slide. That's crazy. Seffi.
That's Helter Skelter.
That's it.
Okay, song titles 12.
Last one in that category. This AC/DC song has lyrics like, yes, I'm let loose from the noose that's hanging about. Seffi.
What's Hell's Bells?
No, I'm sorry. Johnny.
What's Back in Black?
Back in Black, yes. One category left.
One of the two. Let's start with 400.
The Dartmouth was one of the ships that had their cargo dumped in the 1773 event. Seffi.
What's the Boston Tea Party?
Yes.
800. 800.
John Singer Sargent painted the official portrait of this president, who posed for JSS in a White House stairway in 1903. Johnny.
Who's Teddy Roosevelt?
He's the one.
1200.
The white type of this large mammal isn't white. Its name is said to be from Africans for wide, the shape of its muzzle. It's Johnny.
What's a rhino?
Oh, yes, rhino or rhinoceros, either one.
1600.
Alan Gates Starr was a co-founder of this social settlement, but didn't get a share of the Nobel Prize that Jane Addams won. Johnny.
What's Hull House?
Hull House is right. Now the last clue. St. Peter's Basilica was begun in 1506 under the second pope of this name. And that would be Julius II. Shedrick, I'm sorry things didn't go quite the way you wanted to today, but did you enjoy yourself with us nonetheless?
Yeah, I just did not like my performance today. I really didn't.
Well, that happens sometimes. But, well, we thank you for being here. Johnny and Steffi, here comes Final Jeopardy for the two of you. Word origins. Alright. And of course, you'll DM your wagers to me.
Okay, this one's gonna be dumb. Okay, try. Give me a
Okay, Drill.
Okay, let's go for the whole. Let's just do this.
Okay, let's
There you go.
get that off
There
for
it
a
is.
second. Alright,
Well, hi, Cedric. How did Jeopardy go for you tonight?
alright. No, I don't think he wants to talk about that.
Okay.
But anyway,
What were the scores again there?
68,500 for Johnny and just 500, I believe, for
600.
600 for Steffi. Okay.
Yeah, 600.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And now I just need Johnny's wager, and there it is. All right. So with that said, I will put those in. Let's see. And there we go. Alright, and now we'll put this back up here. There we go. Alright, our final Jeopardy subject for this week is word origins. A pretty good subject, too. But good enough for knowledge from our players? Let's find out. Fittingly, this adjective describing a hit you in the gut kind of feeling goes back to a Latin word for internal organs. 30 seconds, good luck. time's up, and Seffi, you have only $600 in front of you, but that was good enough to make it to final, though, at the very least.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what you wrote down, and, well, you did not write anything down, unfortunately.
I tried to send it to you in a message, but I couldn't tell where to write it at.
Alright, well, how about you just tell me what you were gonna say for your response?
I had no clue, so I just said, what is a kidney punch? I don't know.
Okay, well, that would have been wrong anyway. So, you're gonna drop down to 0, and now we check in with our champion. And he said, what is visceral? Bit of a... yeah, hold on, let me just check something here. It's misspelled a little bit. The S is missing, so I cannot take that, unfortunately. Yeah, it's visceral, and the way you have it is visceral, which, and that misspelling unfortunately changes the pronunciation. So, Johnny, unfortunately we have to mark you as
Gonna be a bit of a
incorrect
haircut.
on that, I'm afraid. So, that means you're going to drop all the way down to $8,500. But guess what? That's still enough for you to win your 4th game, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I think I live to fight another day. That's the
Yeah,
main thing.
305,700 is your new 4-day total. And next time out will be his 5th and final appearance here on Jeopardy. Well, at least before we get to the Tournament of Champions, that is. Will he be able to complete the drive for 5? Find out next time.